Salad, and I saw Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It is directed by Chris Columbus, screenplay by Steve Kloves, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This movie starts, we're seeing Harry's back with his terrible uncle, by the way. Oh my goodness, they hate him. They're like, oh, just be ignored. We have an important dinner happening, okay? Just don't make any noise, all right? And who better to not make noise than frickin' Dobby making a ruckus? Dobby comes in. Oh, hi, I'm Dobby. I'm an house elf. By the way, I'm here to warn you, Harry Potter, do not go back to Hogwarts. And Harry Potter's like, dude, what are you doing here? Also, the slightest, and I mean the slightest, like, you did bad. Dobby goes, I'm bad, Dobby. The just like hits his head just constantly. I'm like, dude, who trained you to be like this? Who is like, yeah, this is appropriate behavior. I'm doing a thumbs up because I don't know, can't really see my hand in the darkness like that. Well, anyway, Dobby's like, I am the worst, terrible ever. Ugh, I deserve to die. And I'm like, no, you don't deserve to die. What is happening? Also, I do like, we have the uncle comes in and be like, what are you doing in here? What are you doing in here? Don't mess up. Harry Potter like, I'm sorry, I'll be quiet. And then freaking Dobby runs out of the bedroom and floats a cake and puts it on a person. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, and they all think Harry Potter did it. I love it. Okay, so they put bars on the doors, and I'm like, okay, how is he going to escape? Well, good old pal Ron with the flying car. I'm like, oh boy, I do like the flying car. He goes to the Weasleys, the Weasley mother. We're like, what are you doing with the flying car? Come on, that's dangerous. Don't you know that's dangerous? And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. People could spot it. That'd be weird. It would make the headline for sure. And people would be like, why is there a flying car? Is this some sort of unidentified object? Is this some sort of spaceship or something? Honestly, that's what I think would happen within this universe. I do like they're going to Diagon Alley. Harry, dumb idiot, is like, diagonally. And I'm like, that's a different word, you freaking guy. He's using the flu powder. By the way, in Hogwarts Legacy, they call it a flu flame. In this one, they call it a flu powder, which is fun. I like the distinction between the two. So, oh, what's here? It's just some weird, creepy alley. And, oh my goodness, Hagrid finds him. How? Why is he down here? Who knows? Hagrid reasons. I'm like, I love Hagrid. He's such a huggable goofball. Man, if I knew Hagrid in real life, I think I'd give him a lot of hugs. I would pet his beard. Dude, this beard is so powerful. He's got the most powerful beard. More powerful than Dumbledore, okay? Okay, Dumbledore has a beard, a nice beard, but it's gray. Freaking Hagrid has a really full, healthy beard, and he's young compared to Dumbledore. And so, like, yeah, he's got the best beard. Let me know in the comments, who do you think has the best beard within the entire Harry Potter franchise? Let me know in the comments. Uh-oh, I like that Harry Potter and Ron Weasley crash into the 9 3/4 pool. Got closed. I'm like, why is this closed? But I do like how they established the flying car, so they go fly next to the train, and then they crash land into this tree, then just and I'm like, oh, I hope you guys don't have brain damage. This seems a little concerning, not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of this tree, but I do like this tree's just natural self-defense. If it feels something in its branches, it has to expel it, it has to try to murder it. It's pretty cool. It's detention time. You did bad, Harry Potter. Like, you flew the car, you made it so muggles can know more about magic. There's freaking newspapers talking about the magic car just being in the air. People literally saw it, and now there's a whole newspaper about it, and that's not good. They get detention, obviously, but being the good boy, special privileged boys, like they are, they just are like, all right, who cares about detention? All right, you know what? Let's go to the outside halls. Let's go to the halls because I'm hearing something, and oh my goodness, there's blood on the wall. Who is here? And also, what's the Chamber of Secrets? I'm like, what? What is happening here? I should mention, because I've watched tiny bits of each Harry Potter just randomly while my sister would binge watch it every weekend, I remember seeing like tiny parts of this movie, but I didn't know the in-between of all the parts. Like, I do remember seeing for the first time the tree thing, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And also the very, very, very end. The very end I also saw. I was like, oh, that's weird. But, you know, having a full movie to contextualize everything that's happened within the second year, I really like it. Not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of the structure, the story structure of the Harry Potter movies. We're even seeing it snow briefly. We only see it snow briefly. But looks like there's commotion happening. Oh, more voices in your head, Harry. Ooh, it makes you want to go to the hallways. And then, oh wow, someone's trying to frame you for murder. Wait, you probably can't see what I'm doing, but I'm doing this. Wow. I probably need some sort of backlight. But anyway, I really like how everyone is just like, oh, Harry Potter, you could speak parcel tongue, and you tried to direct that snake to attack that guy. And I'm like, no, you probably didn't know he was speaking parcel tongue. Yeah, it's confirmed. He didn't even know he was speaking parcel tongue. So is it just his native language? Like, does he think he's speaking English, but he's speaking parcel tongue? How does that work? There seems to be a very heavy plot on killing all the Muggleborns, and that includes Hermione. And I'm like, this is sad. I honestly hope that Hermione doesn't get got. It's sad. You know what? Hermione, speaking of Hermione, beautiful plan. Let's pluck some clothing off of Draco Malfoy's friends, pretend to be his friends, get some information. And I love that Hermione's like, I'm kind of hideous, right? She just looks like a cat. I'm like, oh boy, this is some furry porn fuel. Is there any Hermione being a cat drawings? I'm sure there is. Harry Potter is so freaking popular. There has to be at least one drawing of Hermione looking sexy on the internet, like Rule 34 style. I'm pretty sure. Cat Hermione. Oh my goodness. Cat Hermione. Mwah. Obviously, you age them up to 18 before drawing the drawings. I'm just curious, okay? This is curiosity. Honestly, this has to exist on the internet. It wouldn't not be drawn. I know the internet. It wouldn't not be drawn that cat Hermione. A lot of people are getting petrified, including this cat. And the person who owns the cat's like, I'm gonna get you, Harry Potter. And now so many people are petrified. We got these roots. They're growing, but they're screamy roots. If they scream a lot, if you pull them out, which is terrifying. I don't think I'd be able to take that class personally, because even with like headphones, even with earmuffs, I'd still hear the screaming, and I'll be like, no, and then I'll pass out, you know? I really like, we have Quidditch is happening. Draco Malfoy is the new Seeker of the Slytherin squad, and we have Harry Potter versus Draco Malfoy. It's a pretty intense battle. I really like the way this story is told. It's told in very small bursts of Harry Potter plus Hermione and Ron. They're hanging out. They find out some information through talking, and they like talk and talk, and then Hermione's like, oh, I'm big brained. Yeah, I have the biggest brains of all. Here's something, actually. Oh, wow, I can't believe it. Hermione's petrified. How are we gonna live without Hermione? You know, like, I like their problem-solving skills. Harry Potter and Ron go to Hagrid in the invisible cloak, and then a couple of people come by. They're like, you're under arrest. You're under arrest for opening the Chamber of Secrets, and you did it last time. We're gonna arrest you. And so Hagrid, being big brain, he's like, oh, just follow the spiders. And so Ron and Harry go follow the spiders to go to the spider cave, which is terrifying. I'm totally with Ron on this one. This is the craziest thing. Big spiders, big talking spiders. big old talking spider. And then they have the audacity to try to eat them. And so they go run. They go run. They gotta find out who opened the chamber's secrets. I like the clue coming along together. I like all the clues coming together. I like Harry's, it must be a Muggle-born they killed 50 years ago to open the chamber's secrets last time. Oh wow, who is it? It's Moaning Myrtle from the bathroom they were in earlier to do the transformation. And look at that, the Chamber of Secrets is open. Let's go down to the Chamber of Secrets. Oh no, there's a guy. Who is that guy? Also, I forgot to mention, Harry Potter found this book labeled Tom Riddle, right? Okay, cool. Well, that book is now tooketh. My first thought, it must be Snape. Even though that theory comes from the backs of the future movies, and I know a spoiler, but for the sake of this review, I'm not even going to spoil it. So my first thought was Snape. And then I was like, that doesn't make sense. He doesn't really have much of anything happening, actually. Who opened the Chamber of Secrets? Who has the book? So Harry Potter goes into the Chamber of Secrets, sees Ginny there, and sees Tom Riddle. And I'm like, who is Tom Riddle? Riddle me this. Who is Tom Riddle? It's Lord Voldemort. I'm like, it's him as a memory when he was like a 16-year-old. Oh, geez, he was a human too? What happened to his face? Why did he lose the nose? Where does his nose go? I don't know where his nose went. I don't honestly. So this guy, Tom Riddle, is like, I'm Tom Riddle. I'm Voldemort. And I'm gonna become the greatest wizard. And you better join me, Harry Potter. And Harry Potter's like, no! Dumbledore's awesome! He's so cool! I'm gonna defend Dumbledore with my life. Because of that, the Phoenix comes. There's a basilisk. I think it's a big old snake. The Phoenix comes, claws out its eyes. You can still hear, and it's wet. This scene is pretty tense. I'm like, oh geez, Harry Potter, please don't get caught by this freaking big snake. Oh my goodness. How is he going to defeat this big snake? Luckily, the Phoenix is there. The Phoenix was mentioned earlier. I like everything that is established in the beginning of the movie or in like the middle or whatever comes into play at the end. It all comes together, all makes sense. I completely believe this world. I believe a Phoenix will just show up because Harry Potter was here and was being nice to Dumbledore. And so I like the whole, I got a tooth in my arm. I'm gonna stab the book and this black ooze is gonna come out, and he's like, you know? I'm like, what is this black ooze? Is this demon? Is this demonic stuff? What is happening here? So I really liked the scene. And okay, this part, the part where he stabs through the book, I've seen that out of context. And I didn't have the context until this freaking movie. And I'm like, I get it. That's why he's stabbing the book. There's a lot of good action in this. I'm a really big fan. And I just want to see Harry Potter succeed. The Phoenix heals Harry Potter. And also, Dumbledore's like, you must have been really loyal to me to have this Phoenix come and help you. And I'm like, my heart, my feels. I like the relationship that Harry and Dumbledore are doing. I'm a big fan. Also, okay, here's my favorite part of the movie. So we figure out who owns Dobby, and it's Draco. It's not Draco, it's Dracius. Is that his father's name? Dracius. So he owns Dobby. And Dobby's like, I'm Dobby, and I'm gonna fall because I'm gonna get kicked all over the place. And I'm like, no, this sucks. I can see why you hate yourself so much, is because this guy hates you and will just kick you and punish you for anything, just any small thing. He's not a good guy. Harry Potter gives Dobby this black book. Dobby opens it up, and it has a sock. It's Harry's sock. And Dobby's like, you freed me, master, because if you give him a piece of clothing, then, wow, he's free. And I'm like, this is so awesome. Now we have freaking Dobby versus Dracius. Dracius? and they're powerful. Dobby's actually really incredibly powerful. Also, I like how Hagrid is released from prison. He's released from prison. Yay! Prison time is no longer. And everything returns to status quo. I liked this movie. I watched this movie in like 3 parts. I was watching this movie while working out, and every time that I paused the movie to just stop with the workout, I'm like, oh man, I'm just thinking about Harry Potter. I'm like, what's next? What's next? Like, I'm really interested with this movie series. And I can see why everyone that I've heard of really likes this movie. Well, all of the Harry Potter movies. I can see why everyone just loves Harry Potter, because it is fun. It's a very fun franchise. The world building is great, and I just feel like I need to watch more. These movies are incredibly rewatchable. The studio who made these movies, I'm so glad they spent the time to get all the little details perfect, because you have a really good product, and now many people can just watch it over and over again and become more Harry Potter fanatics. And there's still Harry Potter stuff on the shelves. I'm talking Spirit Halloween, they have a whole Harry Potter section. It's so huge, it's so popular Harry Potter is. And I like that this movie took the time to get all the details right. I didn't feel weird. I didn't feel weird watching this movie. I didn't feel like, oh, that's weird. I wonder why I did that, you know? So I gotta give this movie a solid, before I give it a rating, I love the acting. The acting of the kids is great. The world building is great. The setting is great. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love Hogwarts. I gotta give this movie a solid 7.5 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want to fast track a movie review, you can do that for $20 redeems at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, go to this link tree, find the way you can help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews, so you can go here. And until next time, mint salad. So, I'll see you later, my salad croutons, big bits.